Okay, guys, here we go. Here are the results, the good news from the fundraiser. We had the 24-hour live stream to raise funds to help my stepdaughter, Renee, potentially get a wheelchair van. Now, I'll give you just a brief background because we've been over it all. And I know everybody doesn't necessarily want to hear it again. What we're here now for is, again, I want to be extremely transparent with all you guys. So I want to show you all the details of what exactly has transpired and how we're putting the deal together. Basically, we're going to get the wheelchair ramp put in our existing minivan. It's a 2017 Dodge Grand Caravan. Due largely to the pandemic, also the fact that things don't move quickly in New York State, we've been trying to get this done for over 2 years. We have a waiver that the state will put in the wheelchair, the electric lift for her. We thought everything was cool with that. We're good to go. We get down there, come to find out they're not actually putting them into the Grand Caravans anymore because Grand Caravans were discontinued in 2019. And the guy, and I should have looked it up, but the guy at the place that specializes, I'm sorry for not having their name, that specializes in putting the lifts in, said it may or may not happen, this one being able to be installed, depending on how fast all the finalization of the paperwork gets in and everything. But basically, it wasn't a guarantee anymore that we could get it done. Our contact with the state was very concerned because she said so many programs, which we know have been being cut back endlessly. She's afraid that this waiver, our availability of this waiver to having the lift put in, which is a $35,000 process, might run out. They might discontinue it. So that is why time became of the essence. Now, while we were there, the man at the lift place outlined to us what the best vehicles were for having them installed, and he said, he went through all of them, but without a doubt, the Chrysler Pacifica vans are the best. Now, they're substantially more expensive than the Grand Caravans, but he showed us a couple of the lift kits installed into these Pacificas, and it's perfect. I mean, we brought Nay with us, of course, there, and wheeled her in, set her up, locked her in. It was, they're gorgeous. I mean, for this specifically, the way it's laid out and everything. So we went down. First thing I'll show you is the one we have picked out. It's on its way here from Virginia. We went through CarMax. It was by far the best deal we could get. I'll show you that, and then I'll tell you all the nuts and bolts, the details of the finances of where everything that you guys pitched in to help, of where it all went. But here, let me get this on the screen first. As you can see, it is a 2018 Pacifica. 22,000. It's actually 21,000 and change miles on it. Our 2017 Grand Caravan is considered low miles, and that had 42. So it's really low miles. They're great looking cars. Let's see. Oh, usually that pulls up to a bigger screen so you can see more. There we go. Now you should be able to see more. I'm just double checking, make sure you guys are getting it. This is the exterior, just to give you an idea what the car itself looks like. But mainly, more than anything else, I mean, it's a nice looking vehicle. But mainly, more than anything else, is right. You can't see it here, obviously, but this this area, this is where Nay will be sitting, works perfectly on the Pacificas to eliminate this row, leave this final row. There's a final row of seats back there. So, for instance, when Nay is sitting here, we're traveling with her, we can have our staff back here with Nay because there's a row of seats here. The Pacificas are just the absolute best. And this is the actual vehicle that's on its way from Virginia for us. Let me remove that one. I'm just trying to stay ahead of myself. Now, the money. Let me show you guys what we did. Right shortly after the excuse me, guys. Shortly after the stream had ended, well, the next day after the stream had ended, was it next day or 2 days, whatever, we started putting this deal together, and I realized it was going to come together, so I closed the GoFundMe because I don't want to bring in any more. Once I knew you guys had helped me over that hump to where we could get the down payment set up for it and everything. And as I've told you guys in the past, we're well taken care of mainly by our group over at the Goosh, our Patreon. The only reason I didn't have money on hand right now to put down on it, and time was of the essence, is just because our house was also built in 1860. And because we had recently decided that we won't be able to, as we had always planned, retire to warm weather, North Carolina or Florida, we're going to have to stay here. We've been putting all the extra money we could get our hands on into our house, fixing it up, because there were a lot of things we were going to let go because we were just going to quick sell this and move out. But the other two places just don't have the services for Renee. She would really miss out, and we just couldn't come to grips with, we considered allowing her to be placed, which was at the encouragement of the people that represent her here with the state, but we can't do it. We just can't be without her, and I'm fine with that. So we're staying here in New York. But that's why we had the fundraiser, was just to see if we could put together finances to get the van done now before we don't have that waiver anymore to get the van installed. Hopefully, I know I want to cover all the bases, make sure you guys understand everything. The last thing in the world I want is anybody to think that they helped out, they donated or something, and it didn't go exactly where they thought it was going to. So now and what I was leading towards is when I closed that GoFundMe, I didn't know it, but I didn't have access to any of the details anymore. So to find out exactly how much had come in, I had to wait a few days until it all hit my bank account, and I got those for you right here. Then I could add them up. Here are the GoFundMes. As you can see, they come in day by day. We had them for $177.52, $1894.15, $732.97, $312.55, $1912, and $352.60. That totals $3,488.91 was donated in GoFundMe's. Thank you very much. And then now I'm trying to make sure I get everything here. Okay. The Super Chats, I've got that page open so you guys can see it. Okay. Super Chats right here. As you can see, the Super Chats, this is July 6th and 7th. The Super Chats on July 6th were $782.78. The Super Chats on July 6th were $782.78. On the 7th, $569.70. I got it written down here. That adds up to $1352.48. Yeah, Susan takes a healthy chunk of those. Well, come on, guys. We want Susan to eat too. But you add those two together, the $34.88.91 and the $1352.48 comes to $48.41.39. Now that van that you just saw costs $39,995. The thing that put all of this into motion and really helped more than we ever would have imagined, before I even did the live stream or anything, we were trying to figure out what to do about getting a van. One of the big issues I had was I believed that our Grand Caravan was upside down. In other words, we owed more on it than it was worth, only because we had borrowed some money and it was used as collateral in getting stuff for the house. We owed, it's turned out, I knew it was approximate 16.2. It was $16,300. I did a Kelley Blue Book on my Grand Caravan, and it said it was worth between $13,900 and $14,800, somewhere around in there. I was like, oh crap. So now I've got to clear up that debt first. I got to clear up what I owe over what the van is worth before I can even think about making a deal. What I didn't consider was there is an absolute dearth of used vehicles in America right now. Dealers are clamoring for them, and specifically the more inexpensive used vehicles, which Grand Caravans are a more inexpensive line of minivans. Long story short, I didn't bring up proof of this because there'd be no reason to make any of this up. Long story short, the CarMax gave us $17,400 in trade credit on our Grand Caravan. Again, Kelley Blue Book had it maxing at like $14,800. But, and the lady I was speaking with at CarMax, really nice lady, she said, when we get your van, she said, we'll sell it by the end of the day. She said, those vans used are flying out of here because people need used vehicles. Those are inexpensive. Ours isn't. We try and keep our vehicles in good shape. It's in really good shape. She said, that's why the price on those vans now has skyrocketed. So that was huge. So this brings us to the final tally here. Let's see where I put that. This is the deal that we made on the vehicle. So the down payment I'll need is $6,373.34. As we said, there's $48.41 that you guys donated, and then on top of that, I will get $1,100 in credit because I owe $16.3 on my van, but it's valued at $17.4. So that brings us to about $5,900. That leaves I'll be putting in like $450 more to get our down payment. That'll be financing $33,456. There's the terms, the APR. Monthly payment is $572.71, which came out significantly better than I had hoped. It's only going to increase my payment by about $150 a month, which is, considering again how expensive those Pacificas are, everything could not have worked out better. And I just wanted to thank all you guys so much for your support. Hopefully it won't be long now going forward. I've got a lot of work to do on the house. I bought a lot of supplies. Now I'm going to be making live streams while I'm putting in the tiling and the ceiling kitchen and working on the floors and stuff like that, just so you guys can listen to me swear a lot, because boy, I really swear a lot when I have to do work around the house. But as we're getting through that, I'm hoping to get everything back on course with us. And what I'd like to do in exchange, and it'll be down the road because again, I've got a lot of work to do, but when we can get beyond all this, I would like to do some streams when I have a little ahead where you guys can find other charity streams that are ongoing, whether Twitch, YouTube, or whatever. We can go in and donate as kind of a pay it forward type thing. But I think that pretty much covers it. If you have any questions at all, please just hit me with them in the comments. I think I covered every detail. Now, again, everything is in place. We're just waiting for the Pacifica to get here from Virginia. Could something go wrong? We all know how life works. Yeah, of course something could go wrong. I can't foresee it. I don't know what it would be. So hopefully all will go well. Thank you guys again so much. And again, if I missed anything, if I didn't cover anything, if you have any questions about how all this worked out, please just hit me with it in the comments. And of course, we'll make a video not only when the van gets here, I'll make you a video to see the van when we actually get it. But then, and I don't know how long that'll be, because again, then we start talking about getting stuff done through New York State. Once the lift is put in, of course, we'll show it to you with Nay getting her ride in her van. The lady who is our rep to the state on this project is phenomenal. She's great. So she's already put everything through. She said, we'll put it all through under your Grand Caravan. She said, it's not a big deal when you get the other one to switch it. We've got to get it going through, though. So all the paperwork is in process. She's not even waiting because she's just afraid that the money is not going to be there. They're going to take away that money for the waiver to put in the lift. So she's getting us our place in line as quickly as possible. Looks like everything will work out. Thanks again, guys. Again, any questions, just hit me with them in the comments.